Hey angels, welcome back to Your Own University TV, where we're going to talk about what sets you apart from everybody else in the world, because you matter. On today's episode, we're going to talk about something that is going to enlighten your life, but also help you to achieve the goals that you want to achieve and help you move mountains in your own life. This is actually something that most, if not all, of my clients struggle with at first. And it's something that we think we should all just accept, but on a personal note, it's really, really challenging. So I hope you get a lot out of this episode. So today we are going to talk about emotional intelligence, and we're going to talk about an emotion and an action that actually is going to help you accomplish your goals, and something that's really, really uncomfortable for most of my clients, and it was for me in the beginning too. So I really want to encourage this in you. I'm also going to celebrate something of my own, because celebration and accomplishment is what we're talking about today. So if you don't know me, my name is Alicia Antica, and I am a transpersonal therapist, coach, and I absolutely love emotional intelligence and mental wisdom and physical health, the whole gamut of holistic wellness. It is like, yes. And one thing that I learned on my journey of studying how to be a whole human, how to manage myself from a soul perspective and be a whole human, is I learned that it's really uncomfortable for most people to actually celebrate their accomplishments. Therefore, we walk around from one goal to the next goal to the next goal, running ourselves ragged, never feeling like we really, really did anything. And then we bypass all of the amazing little things that we do each and every day as just habit and no big deal, meaning that our immune system, literally your immune system and your confidence level go down when you start taking your life for granted. So let me talk about life a little bit here. So these emotions, this emotion of accomplishment is actually a action and a state of being. So I feel accomplished is a state of being. I am confident is a state of being. However, it has an emotional, energetic component to it, and it has an action behind it, because a person that is accomplished has actually done something that has activated that accomplishment. The next thing is it is an emotion, and you're gonna feel it however you feel it. For me, I get like a smile at the back of my mouth. Like, I don't know if you can understand that, but like my smile isn't here. It's like in the back of my mouth, like by my lower brain, the roof of my mouth kind of smiles up. I get giddy. I get like a little bit insecure sometimes even. I'm like, oh, should I feel this way? I hope I don't make anybody feel uncomfortable, because we're trained in the world that if you are prideful, right? And pride is a bitch, but if you're prideful, then it's a sin. And if you're prideful, then you feel like you're better than, and then you might lead into that narcissistic trait, or that I'm better than trait, or you're a stuck-up bitch. And who wants to be a stuck-up bitch if you're a nice person? Like, nobody wants to fucking be a stuck-up bitch. So I didn't want to be a stuck-up bitch, and I already have like a resting bitch face, and so I didn't want to be prideful. I didn't want to be proud of myself. I didn't want to be heady, right? Fuck that. I'm humble and good, which is like great, but it's also sort of like we're not appreciating the wonderful things that God gave us to celebrate each and every day. So at Your Own University, we have 365 goals, and they're 10 minutes or less, and they're really beautiful love you habits. They're healthy habits, a holistic range of healthy habits, and each day we focus on a different element of your selfness. So we focus on your purpose and building your purpose and strengthening your emotional intelligence and strengthening your mental clarity and strengthening your physical health and really opening up to better and brighter relationships. And as you go through your week and you get your 365 days of love, you get a tip for each one of those. So if you want that, go to Your Own University and just register for our newsletter, and you'll start getting 365 love, which means that we'll send you an email every day with powerful tip, a powerful tool that is really easy to incorporate in your life that you can try on and see if you like. And when you do this, let yourself really soak in that you accomplished something. You accomplished that goal. For me this week, one thing that I accomplished a couple things. We're going to celebrate one, but one thing that I accomplished is that I don't usually do is I made my bed. And seriously, like, this is funny. It's so childish, but seriously, like, we all hear it. We've read all the books, like, wake up in the morning, make your bed, blah, 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 right? But what shifted it for me this week is I got up in the morning, I did my meditation, I drank my water, I made my bed, and then I stopped and I was like, I have been inspired to make my bed and I feel great, and look at my bed and how nice my room looks with my bed made. And I allowed myself to just feel that accomplishment of the action of doing that good deed for myself. So it can be as simple as making your bed and stopping and allowing yourself to have a little bit of, I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me. It's good. The next piece of this accomplishment thing is to actually have a goal. Know what you're going for. And sometimes that comes in different ways, but I want to share with you a story about a huge goal and a big accomplishment that I want to celebrate with you today because, you know, maybe I've known you and you truly have inspired me and walked with me and been through the pain, really, the pain and the crying and the agony of this journey, and the beauty and the elation and the ahas of this journey that I've been on for the last 10 years. Or maybe you're just getting to know me. But if you don't know, little background, I have been teaching yoga for 20 years, and the foundation of my holistic training is really in yoga and yoga therapy, yoga philosophy, and also in religious studies. I absolutely study the soul. My whole dissertation is going to be on soul awareness and how the soul chooses and the soul contracts work in to evaluate like what happens in our life. And on that journey of teaching about all of this, I was asked to get my doctorate and, you know, back up everything I gave you a mini version of there and in a dissertation. Well, I didn't have a master's, so I was like, well, sorry guys, like I would absolutely love to get my doctorate. I totally want to be Dr. Lisha Antica, right? But I don't have my thesis yet, and so, or my master's. So I was told, yeah, you can do that. We'll start there then. We'll put together a program where you can do both. And I was like, okay. So I began taking the school and going to the studies and everything, and it got time to write the thesis, and they were talking to me about my dissertation and what we're doing and how it looks. And I told them, well, you know, God told me in a moment of absolute pain and agony when some major spiritual warfare was happening around me and in me, testing was happening. God told me, study the Yoga Sutras in the Bible, compare them. And I began in 2007 writing blogs. Maybe it's 2008, somewhere in there, writing blogs, and my friends would edit them and they'd give me feedback and we'd have discussions. My yoga students would go through it, right, and give me discussions. I even had my yoga teacher trainers like go through it. So if you want to go through it and read it and everything, you can look into the yoga teacher training at your own university. We have a 200-hour there. But we went through this and it was beautiful. And so I'm talking to them and they're like, well, you can probably use a bit of that. Why don't we do that for your thesis? And this puppy came in the mail this week, and I had to work so many action steps. Every time that I would dive into the biblical scripture and look up each word and decipher each scripture to see, like, does it agree, does it disagree, is it philosophy, is it religious, is it science, like which sutra goes with which element, and is it backed up or is it not, does it agree or disagree? Anyway, it was huge. It was huge. And if you've ever been in spiritual studies, you know how much that shifts you internally and cellularly and emotionally. It up-levels your entire life, but it rips you apart at the same time, and that's what happened here. So this beautiful book, look how friggin' thick that is. It's like, here's my hand. Right? There's my hand. is the Yoga Sutras in the Bible. This is my master's thesis, and this is like 10 years in the making, and it's so friggin' amazing. So I want to just be an example here, because this is challenging. I don't want, of course, there's fear around, oh, am I boasting, right? What are they gonna think? What if they disagree? Blah, blah, blah. There's all this stuff that happens, but this is a moment that you walk through and you say, hell yeah, like I accomplished this. I accomplished this. And you know, there's just a few people I'd like to thank, because it's important. One, I want to thank Kimberly Maroney. I want to thank everybody at Gateway University for sure. Just, you know, beautiful for your support. I want to thank the friggin' earthquake for making me dive into this, and I want to thank everything I went through that. But specifically, like, I want to thank, this is a hard one, I want to thank my ex-husband for pushing me to come to my own conclusions and begin this study. And while I was taking care of my young children, I want to thank Emma Johnson and Chandra Carlson and Kristen Plannings for editing my blogs and giving me somebody to talk to in the beginning, because it was very challenging, this topic for me. I want to thank my mother, Dr. Anna Altair. I want to thank Iyengar and Vikram, because without you, I probably wouldn't have done yoga without going and studying with you. I really appreciate that. I want to just thank, you know, everybody that I've done yoga with, because it has helped me to heal my childhood wounds and childhood trauma. It's helped me help other people, all the people that have let me help you. I also want to thank Kimberly Maroney, I said, it's Gateway University, Jeff Walker, Jeff Sponsler, and Charlene Nelson, because they really affirmed that it is pretty much mandatory that I walk this out and make not only what I know available to the public, but also available to shift the dynamics of our field of psychology and also spirituality. So thank you for supporting me. That's huge, and it took a lot. It's taking a lot of courage for me to step into that. And last but not least, I want to thank my daughters, because I know that whether you watch this or not, like, mom's had her head in a book a lot, and I try to play, and then I'm working and I have my head in a book, and you don't know what I'm doing, and I don't really talk about it, but I've been doing this, and it's been 10 years of your short lives. So I really just want to thank all of you for stepping out, and I want to say how proud I am of myself, and I want to celebrate my accomplishment, and I want to encourage you to celebrate something that you've accomplished, whether it's making your bed or writing a thesis or getting a new job or standing up for your beliefs, whatever it is. Like, really, really, really give yourself permission. I want to invite you to give yourself permission to walk through the fear of looking boastful, of looking like a stuck-up bitch, of looking proud, and celebrate you. And celebrate you. So I love you. I hope that you liked this. I hope you got something out of it. And thank you, thank you, thank you for celebrating with me. I absolutely love you. I'm so thrilled with this channel. I know it's growing slow, but it's just good content. I'm loving all of your emails and your feedback and your texts, and thank you for thanking me, because that keeps me going. If you like this, please give us a thumbs up. If you want to share this, please share this with your community around you, and begin celebrating your accomplishments, small and large. Join us at your own university to get inspiration to accomplish something amazing just for you each and every day at yourownuniversity.com, and I will see you next time.